Hey there, Cozy Coven members. Today I wanted to try something a little bit different and actually do a pick a card reading for you guys. This is something I've never done, so don't expect a super professional, like this setup is jank as hell. But I just have been really feeling collectively like a lot of us are struggling in my meditations. I'm seeing it on social media, I'm seeing it everywhere, and I thought to myself, how could I best heal the collective or work to heal the collective? And I really kept getting this really forceful message of you need to do some kind of tarot reading. So if you guys have never seen one of these before, you can stick around and let me explain, or if you already know what this is going to be about, go ahead and click on the timestamps down below. There will be some in the description and some in the comment section. If you're on mobile, usually I believe you have to use the comment section. If you're on a computer, you can use the description. They're going to be the same links, but they're just timestamps to jump around the video. But if you are new to pick a card readings, this is going to be group 1 right here, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And basically, I just want you guys to take a moment to meditate on the piles, pause the video, and when you feel ready, go ahead and jump to that part of the video and you will get your reading. Now remember, these are generalized readings, so if something doesn't resonate exactly, or there might be multiple messages coming through, just know that this is very generalized, so there might be some things that aren't completely exact, but I will try to channel as many messages coming in as I possibly can for you guys. And I am doing these with the intention of the Virgo new moon, which is coming up, I believe, tomorrow. But if you're stumbling across this video at any time, please know that if it resonates, then it was the right time. You cannot perceive that which you are not a vibrational match for. So if you're coming across this, rest assured you're a vibrational match and something here is for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, group 1. So if you chose this pile, you chose Howlite. There were actually a couple pieces of Howlite, but that was one of them. So if you didn't know, Howlite actually represents the throat chakra and helps you to be clearer understood. So love Howlite, especially while doing readings, but let's go ahead and see what's here. I'm just going to fan out the cards real quick so we can see what we have. So we have expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. And I will also link all of my decks down below. We have confidence is your key to success with the new moon in Leo. We also see a deep replenishment, rest, retreat, and be held. We also see Anna, grandmother of Jesus, sending light, layering foundations, and divine planning. Wow, it's big energy. And then we also have the 2 of Swords, we have the 8 of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, and then we also see the 7 of Water. So right off the bat, what I'm getting from this is I'm seeing that you guys really feel like you are completely in the dark with this 2 of Swords. You feel like decisions are having to be made. Things are just moving around you, and you just feel like you're left in the dark. You don't really know what you're going after. You don't know what's coming next for you. And you have been working so diligently and so hard for so long. And you feel like maybe there should be this level of clarity that just isn't there for you right now. And that's very frustrating. However, when I see a Queen of Swords come out, I want you guys to really understand that you have the power to be this. And it doesn't matter if you are male, female, non-binary. It does not matter. Gender does not matter here. But you all have the power to be the Queen of Swords of your own story. You know, I really want you guys, and this is a very big message that's just coming through right now that I'm hearing, is you need to ask yourself right now, who are you living for? I'm dead serious. Go pick up a mirror and ask yourself, who am I living for? Because with this Queen of Swords energy, if you are not living in alignment with the Queen of Swords and you are not somebody who is speaking your truth and saying how you feel and putting yourself first, which is how I see the Queen of Swords, especially with this deck, then there's a problem with that. It's causing you to feel like you're trapped because you don't really know what you actually stand for. You do, those things are there, those answers are there for you, but you've kind of just been walking through life and going through the motions, and you need to stop doing that. It's very clear to me here that the reason you are so unclear is because you're not allowing yourself to live for you. You're taking modalities from others, you are taking the opinions of others, you are taking belief structures from others, and you're not standing on your own 2 feet. I mean, look at this queen. She's in the clouds, right? But she's actually above them. So it's almost like you are really seeking this mental clarity, but you're just going through the motions. You're not stopping to actually ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Why am I doing this thing? What do I need to be spending my time doing? Why is this certain belief carried over? And especially if you are somebody who is very influenced by friend groups, family groups, or maybe you find yourself in a lot of drama, a lot of really tough situations, you need to ask yourself, what is it trying to teach you, and go from there. Because at some point, the Queen of Swords, to me, you will snap. You will snap. And the people that are around you are either going to be supportive of that and bear witness to it, or it's going to cause you to have to make a lot of big decisions in life. And I mean, it might be a good thing if you snap. It might be a good thing because it will allow you to become this Seven of Water. And this Seven of Water is actually a very special card to me personally. I draw it a lot for myself. This Seven of Water represents letting yourself flow like water, not questioning why you have certain thoughts, not questioning why you're hurting, not questioning why you feel like you're being dragged through the mud, just letting these emotions come, assessing them as they're happening, and allowing yourself to just be and accept that nothing is technically really in your control. You can set all of the intentions and things that you want, and that's a good thing. The universe needs that guide from you, that guidance of what you want. But in reality, the universe already knows what you want. And if you keep vibrating on this frequency of putting out all this energy of what you don't want, it's going to make it a lot harder for that energy to reach you. So the best thing that you can do is learn to let yourself flow like water. If it's abundance you're seeking, if it's relationships you're seeking, if it's friendships you're seeking, if it's, whatever it might be, you need to let it come naturally to you. I'm not saying don't set your intentions, don't set your hopes high. What I'm saying is allow yourself to come there naturally. Do not put a chokehold on the universe and say, this is the only outcome that I will accept. This is the only way I want to live my life. This is the only thing that is going to be good for me, because it will make you miss so many blessings that are trying to pour into you right now. So just be very aware of that. Now let's talk about these other cards we have up here. We see expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. And we see confidence is your key to success. Now, this confidence is your key to success has also been coming out a lot lately in my personal readings for others and for myself. And with confidence being your key to success, new moon Leo, we just went through Leo season. So obviously, Leo, I think we all know a Leo that is maybe a lower vibrational Leo that is very cocky, very diva, but I'm sure all of us also know some very loving Leos. And if you don't, I'm very sorry, because they are some of the greatest people ever. I love all the zodiac signs. They all are beautiful in their own way. But you want to be confident that things will change. You want to, I really need from you guys. I don't need it, but you probably need it for yourself. What I really need for you guys to understand is that this is all part of the process. Because you are going through so much right now energetically, it's all part of the process, and you need to remember to have confidence in yourself and to have confidence in all these situations working to your greatest good. Because I'm really getting this message of, it's like Pandora's box. Without the hard times, do you really even know about the good times? Also, I'm sorry for all the smoke. I have an incense burning. Can you really acknowledge the good times if you don't know the sad times? Can you really acknowledge and know for yourself also I have ash on my fingers from the incense, sorry. I promise my hands aren't dirty. Can you really know confidence without the rejection, without the self-pity? Can you know what I mean? You're going through a massive transformation right now and a massive up level. And that Seven of Water really speaks volumes. I love these cards. You're going through this right now, and it seems hard right now, but I promise you, when you come out the other side, that change that is coming for you, this expect powerful change with new moon eclipse. We are coming up on this eclipse. I don't know when this video is going out, but it will be, I want to say the 29th or 30th of August. One of those days we have it coming in. If you're seeing this in 2019. And The change that is coming for you is so major, you wouldn't have even seen it coming if you tried. So I need you right now to just have confidence and faith in yourself and believe in the effort that you're putting out. Now, moving on to these two cards, we see deep replenishment, rest, retreat, be held, and Anna, grandmother of Jesus, sending the light, layering foundations, and divine plan. So this really mirrors exactly what I just said to you guys. You need to trust that the foundations are being built. I mean, the foundation, when we talk about seeding light and layering of the foundations and divine planning, the layering of the foundation a lot of times has nothing to do with you. I mean, it does. It has everything to do with you, but it is happening on such a molecular level that you're not able to even see these things. These are things that are coming into you. And if you allow yourself to sit in this Two of Swords state, in this going through the motion state, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss these divine opportunities that are coming. So I really just... I know I could say it until I'm blue in the face, and I promise you guys, I am not one of those spiritual healers that is just like, oh yeah, positivity and everything. I know life fucking knocks us back sometimes. I have been there. I get it. I'm still recovering from my own stuff right now. I am in a constant state of healing, and I think a lot of us currently are. I'm not trying to tell you that life is not hard, but what I am saying is right now you need to use your mental strength for as much as possible. You need to use your mental strength. Be this Queen of Swords in your life. Gain that mental clarity by being with yourself, letting yourself express your emotions. I want to see your ugly. I want to see your, what does Lady Gaga say in that song? I want your ugly, I want your disease, or whatever. I don't know what she says, but I want you guys to realize that those are all a part of you. Emotions, you're not just supposed to be happy all the time. You're not just supposed to feel happiness or sadness. We are a spectrum of emotion, and our thoughts do create our reality. And I need you guys to count your blessings right now. Do you have internet where you're watching this? Do you have a place where you can take a hot shower? Do you have a good friend that you can lean on when you need to? Think about those little things, because with those, you are going to see mind shifts. You're going to see mindset shifts if you start to shift yourself, and trust that these foundations are being built for you, even if it's in the spirit realm and it needs to come down to you or up to you or whatever you believe. Trust that these changes are being made for you. And secondly, with this deep replenishment, this is the one I really want to leave you guys with. Take a break. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. Don't worry about your boss, your coworkers, your family members, your siblings, your audience. If you're in social media, do not worry about them right now. This probably the biggest takeaway from you, group number one, is if you are struggling, take a break and go back to the basics. The season of Virgo is all about replenishing your body, making new routines, cutting out the things that don't, and going forward in your own best interest, and not in a cocky, selfish way. Remember on airplanes when they tell you can't fasten your child's oxygen mask if you don't fasten your own first. You need to fill up your own cup first before you can go forth and help other people. So you need to allow yourself this time to retreat, to rest, and to be held. Go out into nature, spend some time meditating, and stop judging yourself for needing that time. And that's all I have for you, group number one. I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry for whatever you're going through. Rest assured that so many of us are going through it, and you're going to make it out of this okay. Just remember to flow like water and take time to replenish yourself, okay? All right, you guys, that's all I have for you. All right, group number two, what we have for you here is a piece of fluorite. Also ignore this ugly mark on my desk right here. What we have for you is a piece of fluorite. Love fluorite. It stands for so many different metaphysical uses, and I unfortunately can't remember them off the top of my head, so forgive me. Normally I like to say what those are good for, but let's go ahead and see what we have. I'm gonna go ahead and just fan out these cards really quick, lay them out so we can see what we're looking at. Okay. All right. Ooh. Ooh. These are very, these are very, very, very interesting, you guys. I love this. Okay, let me scoot these up just a little bit so you guys can actually see them all as well. So right off the bat, what I'm seeing here is we have death, the world, and we also have the Eight of Swords. So death and the world are extremely symbolic. Now, don't be getting all weird on me, okay? Because we pulled death, it does not mean literal death, at least not in most cases. And I definitely don't read it that way. But death really is truly the rebirthing process. And when we have the world in combination with that, that is such a powerful, powerful manifestation of cards here. Because death really signifies this. Maybe it's an ego death. Maybe it's a spiritual death. It's a part of you that needs to be removed and changed. And the world, in my opinion, can really be a multitude of things because it is. It is the ending. It is the beginning. It is the, the world is the final. I mean, aside from the Fool, who can technically go anywhere in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. But the world is literally everything. It's the ending. It's the beginning. It's the all-encompassing. It's the completion of a cycle. So for you guys, group number 2, what I'm really seeing is you guys are in a place right now where you maybe feel very trapped and very defeated because I see this Eight of Swords coming up. And what I want you guys to really recognize is this new beginning is coming. This new chapter, you're closing a chapter out right now, and it is painful. And with this Eight of Swords, look at this woman in this image. If you really look, you can see that yes, she's bound and it seems like she's trapped, but those bindings are so loose. She could easily remove them and free herself. And that is what you guys are in the process of doing. Something right now feels extremely painful. Maybe it feels like actual death for you. Maybe it is an ego death, an emotional death. Something feels very painful for you guys right now, but it is all in your highest good. It is all in your best interest. And I say that because, well, number one, everything is always working out for our highest good. Always. Even when things seem really bad and really painful, they are always working out for our highest good. I really, truly do believe that. And when we have the world and death, that is that is almost like a death and a rebirth in one, right? And after the fall down comes the comeback. And it's beautiful because it's actually going to free you from a mental prison that you've been keeping yourself in. Maybe you've been telling yourself that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, this situation will never work, you'll never achieve X, Y, and Z. But you're actually currently in the process of killing that part of you off. You're getting rid of this part of you that lives in this mental prison. And even though it might seem insanely overwhelming right now, I'm really hearing the message that you're working your way through this. It's not going to plague you forever, and you are going to come out the other side of that going, wow, I'm so glad that I went through all of that, because now that I've gone through all of that, I actually see the other side, and I can see. And the big message I got before I went into any of these readings, which was very funny because it's been a very common theme, at least between you and group 1, is this, again, is a Pandora's box kind of situation. Without hatred can we know love. Without sadness can we know joy. It's very symbolic of that. You need to go through this mental confinement and prison and really get rid of it so you can come out that other side and see, oh, hey, I'm really glad that happened to me. And it might take a while for you to come to that. It might take a while for you to say, man, right now you're like, hey, you know what, Cozy Kale, fuck you. I do not want to go through this. That might be your energy right now. Piss off. But just hear what I'm saying. I really do believe that this is going to be such a learning experience for you guys. And I actually want to say, something with this crystal is about learning and higher education. So it's like one of the many meanings. So that's very interesting to me that I would choose to put that there without knowing what was in the pile. Intuition's wild, y'all. But that's really the big takeaway here. And I also pulled the Queen of Fire for you guys. Now, the Queen of Fire, look how cute and adorable this card is. There's like a little fire kitten right here too. Oh, so freaking cute. But the Queen of Fire, I very much in this deck look at this like almost like a Queen of Wands. You are a master creator. You are somebody that has such high potential, but also with that, you have really high expectations of yourself. So I feel like you are honestly in a point right now where you're judging yourself for being in this position. You're judging yourself for being down, being hurt, being mentally in this cage of potentially your own design. And I feel like that is actually a big piece of what's keeping you guys there, is you are feeling like almost like I'm getting like a very victim mentality, when in reality, you are the queen of mother effing wands of your life. You are somebody that has such potential, such power. Literally anything that you want in this life has the power to be yours, to manifest effortlessly. You just need to be working on reprogramming your mentality and reprogramming those limiting beliefs that, maybe you think money is evil. Maybe you think you're not worthy of love. You're not worthy of intimate connection. You're not worthy of a certain job or a certain promotion or something to that degree. There's this brushstroke of just like unworthiness that I'm hearing. And I want you guys to understand that you are worthy, and there's nothing that you have done in your past. There is nothing that anybody could say to you. There is nothing that truly stands in your way except for you. You're in your own way. You need to get out of your way. I'm sorry. That's the harsh truth though. You're in your own way right now, and it's all mental. It's all you telling yourself these things. So what I want you guys, group number 2, to really focus on is rewriting those limiting beliefs. If you need to get a notebook out, get a pen, a piece of paper out, maybe even just your phone notebook, do it digitally. I want you guys to sit down and say, what am I believing about myself currently? Where do I feel like I'm not worthy? And if it's, I'm always attract the worst romantic partners, for example. I always attract the worst romantic partners. I want you to cross that out, and I want you to say, I attract, whatever kind of person you're looking for, somebody who spiritually matches you, and I want you guys to be very specific about this, because if you just say you want someone who loves you, a multitude of people could come into your life. You could attract several people who love you, but they may not love you in a way that you intend or need to be loved in this lifetime. So be very specific about those intentions and recognize that they will come. You're the queen of fire. That's like fast moving action as well. Fire is quick. It's not something that's going to come in slowly. So you guys are master manifestors, and you can change this. You can change this. Actually, that's like another really big message that I'm hearing right now, is that you have the power to change this. You just have to be willing to want to and remove yourself from this victimhood. Because when we sit, and I'm not saying you shouldn't sit and explore and experience your emotions. I think that's so healthy, and all of us should do that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying there is a certain point where you have to get up, stand in front of the mirror in Wonder Woman pose if you need to, and say, I'm a badass. I'm going to get this done. I've got this, and here's why I've got it. And start to build yourself up. And even if it's, the only thing you can muster doing that day is making your bed, celebrate that as an accomplishment. Do not let yourself, don't let yourself live here, okay? Don't pack up and live there. It's you can live there for as long as you need to, but don't stay. Move out of this. Move out of this, and you're being pushed to. Things might seem even more tense and insane right now because you're being pushed really hard for this rebirth, for this transformation. So just remember, you have that Queen of Fire energy on your side. Now let's go ahead and look up here. We see be bold and make the first move with the cardinal moon. And we also see your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so being bold and making the first move, this to me, this could be very literal. Like maybe there's somebody you feel like you're not worthy of, I don't know why, but romance keeps really coming up for me right now. And I don't know why. All y'all's got crushes. Again, this is a general reading, so there might be several messages coming through. But if it could be very literal in that sense, that if there's somebody you like, kind of like, this is your sign. If you were waiting for a sign from the universe to put yourself out there, here it is. Send them a text message. Walk up to that person in person. What do you have to lose? If they say no, you now have the freedom to move on with your life, and stop trying to make it work with energy that is not meant for you. If it ends up being a no, it might be the best thing ever and the best decision you've ever made. So stop telling yourself you're not worthy of somebody's time and energy, because you need to make the first move. And ooh, that's another big message that's coming through right now. Sorry. If this is about a romantic relationship and you've been hurt in the past, I need you to understand that not everybody in your life is going to treat you the way that that person did. Not everybody in your life. Sorry. I am hearing so many messages that just untied a whole slew of things. You are such an amazing, beautiful creation, and I need you to understand that you will never be too much of anything for the right person, ever. Ever, ever, ever. If somebody says you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, you're too angry, you're too narcissistic, you're too, whatever it might be, maybe that's a label that somebody put on you, but you at your core know who you are, and you have let these people put you in this mental prison. So you are feeling unworthy because of that. And if that is the case, I need you to understand, don't live there. Again, do not live there. Go out there, make the first move on whoever has caught your eye, and recognize that not everyone is going to treat you that way. That was one person in one instance, and it's literally in the cards for you. Don't ever say it's not in the cards for you. That is such a negative way of looking at the world. Whatever you desire is a possibility. You have infinite amount of possibility, literally infinite. So anything you desire, you can create. You just need to be able to move on it. And then we see your dreams need a practical plan. Even though this is the Taurus full moon card, this to me is also very resonant of Virgo energy, which if you're watching this currently, is a big part of what's going on. We're in Virgo season. Virgo energy is very about getting down, making a plan, and getting shit done. So if there's something that you feel that you need to make plans on, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to really use that creative energy that I know that you have with this Queen of Fire. Now is the time to use that creative energy. Make a plan. You want to write a book? You want to sell your paintings? You want to start a YouTube channel? You want to, whatever it is, literally sit down and make a list of all the things you would need to do to make that a reality. And I'm not necessarily Taurus is very money-minded. They're ruled by the second house, which is personal finance. So this also could have to do something with finance, but I want to encourage you guys to chase the dream and not the money. Don't start these artistic projects with this intention that you're going to be a millionaire. Do it because you feel like your voice has a purpose, or that it is your divine calling and it aligns with your destiny. I always encourage you guys to look up your natal chart and actually see where your North Star is. Where is your North Node? Where is your destiny pointing you? So it's not going to give you necessarily a specific, but it will help. So definitely make sure that your thoughts, actions, words, deeds, everything that's going into a potential new creative project, especially with making the first move as well, make sure that your desires are aligned with who you are. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about these cards we see. And then with these last two cards, sorry, my camera cut off. What I'm really seeing for you guys is the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold, and empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature and get grounded. So this is really big energy, you guys. This is very pivotal. This is what I call in the tarot. This is a break moment, or what I call in life, not even the tarot. This is a break moment. This is going to be such a pivotal part of your life and your everything that this is what I call a break moment, because it's like the time before and then the time after. So for instance, say you met your significant other and you get married and then you end up having kids and all of that. There is a time before you met them and then the time after. It's a break moment in life. It's the same way with death and things like that. So I really do feel like whatever you're currently going through and experiencing, you are going through one of those. This is going to be such a transition for you that your life is literally going to move move from night to day. So this is major. And the message I really want to leave you guys with is to get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. I'm sensing that you guys are very loving, truly nature loving, truly sensitive. And I don't want you guys to think that by saying sensitive, it's a negative connotation. On my channel, we honor sensitivity. If you're new to my channel, we honor sensitivity here. It's a very beautiful way to be. It's a very beautiful way to live. And honestly, you recognize things that other people maybe don't. And it is time for you to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Go outside, put your feet on the bare grass, talk with Mother Nature, make sure that you are taking care of your vessel, because we are nature. So make sure you're taking care of your vessel. Eat your vegetables, drink your water. You are a complicated houseplant with emotions. So make sure you're taking care of yourself and your human vessel. And that is all I have for you guys, group number 2. I want you to rest assured that your changes are coming relatively quickly with that Queen of Fire. So just know that I support you. I love you. Love and light to you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. All right, group number 3, you guys are up. This is a howlite stone. We had a couple of these in this reading. Howlite is really great for the throat chakra, as well as communicating your wants, needs, desires, etc. with perfect clarity and having people receive that message well. So if that resonates, awesome. Please ignore this ugly marking on my desk. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to fan out the cards so we can see what exactly we're working with here. So, okay. Oh, this is powerful. All right. Oh, wow, you guys. Oh, wow. Okay. Right off the bat, I just want to say hello. I am getting a very loud and clear message that if you picked group number 3, you probably are somebody who is a natural born healer. You see the world between the seen and the unseen. You are somebody who is in the heavens, but you are also in the earth. You are a multidimensional traveler, and you are someone that you are probably very wise beyond your years. And I say that for a multitude of reasons that we'll get into, but let's go ahead and start with these 3 middle cards. So right off the bat, we see the Magician, Judgment, and the Devil. So this is really fascinating because, number 1, these are all major arcana cards. These are all very big. These are big, loud energy. The Magician is, to me, what I call the witch card, because I mean, look at this. When you have a Magician card, especially in the uprights, we see that you have the power to manifest anything. Literally all points of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot are represented in this image, and you are able to bend energy to your will and to the highest good, but you don't abuse this power. When I see a Magician, this is not somebody who abuses this power. However, because I pulled it next to a devil, I would say definitely be careful because to me, the devil really does signify abuse. So be careful that you are not abusing your gifts. And then I also pulled Judgment. And to me, this is very much a leadership card. This is people rising up to hear the messages, the divine messages that you have. But you need to make sure that you are acting in good faith with those messages. And remember, this is a generalized reading, so there might be a few things coming through. The other thing I want to mention, if you are somebody who maybe doesn't feel like you're a natural born healer, the Magician and Judgment really speak to me that you are somebody who you want to help others. You want to also help yourself, but there is maybe a part of you that has a little bit of a darker aspect to things, that you potentially are not always thinking with your clearest mind or the best interest of others. And that doesn't mean that you should not have the best interest of yourself, because I think it is a balance between it. There should always be the best interest of you and everyone. But with this, I'm sensing that there maybe is a little bit of a darker presence here. And on top of that, man, so many messages with these. There's also a chance that you want to be this. You want to be this master manifester. You want to be this divine creator of your life. You want to be this leader, and you want to stand up because you have a powerful message to share, but you are feeling chained. You are feeling bound and chained, and like you cannot share that message. Whether you feel like you have been shut up by someone else, somebody else has told you that you can't do it, somebody else has hurt you in some kind of way, and you feel like you can't speak up because you've lost your voice, which very telling that you would pick a howlite stone. Maybe get yourself some howlite. But it's very telling that the devil would pop out here because you maybe feel like you have been silenced, like your magic is just missing because you feel like it has been taken from you. And what I want you to realize, group number 3, is if you feel like that is your reality, nobody can ever take your voice from you. Nobody can ever take your own power from you. It is something that is allowed. And the reason I say that is because the devil card, if you really look at it, we have these two people that look like they are bound and chained to this entity. But if you really look at it, these chains are extremely loose and they are actually able to free themselves. So you just have to push through and have the will, the want, and the desire to free yourself, to push aside any of the things that you feel like are holding you back. And I feel like that's a very clear message because up here, we also pulled it's time to release negativity with the full moon Scorpio. And we also pulled the look at the bigger picture with full moon Sagittarius. And those two cards are very telling of this situation because it's time to release negativity with full moon Scorpio. This is probably your negativity, maybe the negativity of others that you need to remove. And you also maybe feel like you can't speak on certain matters or help or heal other people or heal yourself because you're thinking about it too small-mindedly. You're thinking about a singular person in your life that it might affect. You're thinking about maybe speaking your truth or saying certain things is going to ruin a reputation that you have with a friend or a family member, when in reality, you need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture and look at all of the people that you potentially could heal collectively if you decided to open your mouth and share your story and not give this devil the power. And this maybe doesn't even represent a person. This could also represent something that you yourself are doing. Is there an addictive habit? We are in Virgo season as I'm doing this reading, and Virgo season is all about assessing those things that are not serving you, those things that are harming you, reassessing them and changing them to better serve your highest good and your highest self. So it could be that you are exchanging, what's the word I'm looking for here? That you are exchanging basically small wins or small things at the cost of larger things that could come to pass for you. For example, maybe this is such a silly example, but maybe you are considering purchasing, you want to have money to purchase a laptop so that you can start a new business, but instead you keep spending money every day at Starbucks. This is you sabotaging your future self by not getting control of these little habits that really are not helping you or serving you. So really take that into account, especially during Virgo season. And the other thing, the reason I said, ooh, I feel like you guys are natural healers, is we have the heaven and the earth card, and this really symbolizes what is above is also below. And this to me is like very much a universal card to a degree, because with this card, it literally has everything. There is material possession, there's the material world, and then there is also the spiritual world. And I sense that you guys are people that are really good or are trying to maybe harness the power of learning how to walk through these two realms and have divine peace, divine clarity, and almost a divine duality, like get you a girl who can do both, you know? I sense that you guys are very, very, very connected to the physical world, but because again, that devil is showing up. Gosh, I keep getting a lot of messages around this. Because that devil is showing up, I do want to caution you guys that there is potential here that you are putting too much emphasis on worldly possession and you are not working enough in your own spirituality and in your own highest good in that regard. So what I mean by that is when you really do think about it, you guys, the physical reality doesn't matter. And I know that might be a blow for some of you, but the physical reality really doesn't matter. Does the nicest car really matter? Does the nicest watch really matter? I mean, yes, it matters to have your basic needs met, because without that, we feel like we are in survival, and that can really cloud our judgment and our mental clarity. But anything outside of that is just a blessing, and they are not things that we need. So make sure that you are not putting too much emphasis on the physical and earthly world, and make sure that you are bringing yourself into an equilibrium of both spiritual and practical. And lastly, we see the I always mess this word up, and I apologize for pronouncing it wrong, you guys. The Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. And we also see share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution and expression. So with your guidance as being divinely guided, even if you have been drawn to this video or you've been seeing synchronicities, repeating numbers, things like that, I want you guys to really ask yourself what you were just thinking of, or what conversation you were just having, or what, whenever you see things like that in the world that unfold, or in this universe that unfold to you, you are getting secret messages for yourself, for your own divine guidance. The divine is trying to communicate with you. It's trying to help you, and your spirit, I just got goosebumps. Your spirit guides are trying to help you, and they're trying to communicate with you. So make sure that you are listening to those messages, because you are being guided in the right direction right now. Especially if anything is feeling heavy. I actually feel like your guys' is the first group that doesn't feel overtly heavy. I just think you needed a little bit of guidance. And I want to leave you guys with this last message, which is share your voice, which is where I was getting at earlier here. This really kind of reflects with, you feel like maybe somebody has shut you up and told you that you can't share certain things, or you're not worthy, or you're not good enough, or there's a reason you can't share, but you have a divine message to share with the world. This is why I said, I think a lot of you guys are probably natural born healers, but it's your time. It's time to come out of the cave. Even if people are persecuting you, even if people are disagreeing with you, it's time to find your own self-validation and stop looking for validation outside of you. Stop looking for validation in material items, and just trust that your voice has an important message to carry. And even if it's not on a grand scale, even if it's not you just sharing your voice with, you're not sharing it on YouTube and you're not putting it out and broadcasting it to the world. Maybe it's in your community. Maybe it's just in your family. Maybe you are about to alter the course of somebody else's life or your own with a certain message. So be open to your divine guidance, be open to your spirit guides, and rest assured that you already are headed in the right path. I really do see that for you guys. So thank you so much, Group 3. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. All right, Group 4, you guys are up. Ignore this ugly marking on my table. I also spilled ash all over my table before I got started. Spirit was just pushing me today, okay? But let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So if you guys picked pile number 4, this is a rose quartz point. This crystal is actually my most used crystal. This is the one that talks a lot about self-love and giving love to others. I wear a piece of rose quartz most days, and I also have it literally all over my house. It's a great crystal. It's my favorite one. Corresponds to the heart chakra. So I'm going to go ahead and fan out the cards so we can see what we're looking at. Ooh, love this for you guys, especially if you're watching this during Virgo season. All right. Oh man, guys. Okay. So the first thing that I see for you guys is you are potentially struggling at home, and actually with most things. I think a lot of the messages that came through today are people mostly struggling with a lot of things or hoping for certain things. And I'm really getting the instance here with these 3 cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. We have the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. The 4 of Wands really, to me, symbolizes the home. It really symbolizes the foundation of things. It really symbolizes, to me, I'm getting this mental image that there is actually maybe a crack in your guys' foundation, and you have been trying every vice that you know of to fill this crack, when in reality, it is you that has to fill this this crack. It is you that has to come to a place of self-love and acceptance to fill it. And with the Two of Pentacles, what I'm really hearing and what I'm really getting is that you are trying so hard to balance so many parts of your life that you are finding it so hard to make this time for yourself. And all that you really want is to be happy at home. You want that life of prosperity. You want that home on the ranch, or, you know, whatever it might be. You want the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, you know, the American dream. If you're not American, I apologize. This message is still for you. That's just my uncultured self. So what I'm really getting is you guys want this emotional balance. You want this beautiful, happy times with family. You want joy in your life. The 10 of Cups to me signifies nothing but joy and true abundance and true happiness. It's everything that you desire in life, but you maybe feel like there are aspects that are keeping that from you. So again, maybe a crack in your foundation, or maybe you are just juggling way too many things right now and you feel like you just can't breathe, like there's no time for you. Well, we did pull the Ace of Fire here, and what I want you guys to understand about this Ace of Fire is, yes, it is the beginning stages. We have an egg here, and this egg has not been birthed into the world yet. It's just an egg. It is still closed up, not quite ready to come out. And I think ultimately this is where you guys are. You guys really want to see change in your life. You are scratching and clawing and trying your best to get out to the surface. You are the lotus in the murky water trying to get out to the surface and bloom. You are trying to hatch from the egg, but right now you're just not ready. And it doesn't mean that you will never be ready. I ultimately think it just means you need a little bit more time. You need to be gentler with yourself. You need to learn how to mother yourself, to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. Virgo season is all about replenishing yourself, nurturing yourself, and really asking yourself which habits are good for you, which habits are bad for you, getting rid of the ones that are not serving and keeping the ones that do. So this is really what you should be focusing on right now, especially because I see up here, which we'll get to it, we did pull a Virgo card. So I really want you guys to focus on Virgo energy. Even if you're watching this and it is not currently Virgo season for you, this is a time that you are going to want to set aside to really ask yourself how you can grow, but don't make any moves. Take the time to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and really baby yourself. Like that internet meme, I'm baby, that's you guys right now. You are baby because you have been so overworked. You have been so pushed to keep your head above water, do all of these tasks that you have become baby. You are literally baby, and you don't know what to do with everything on your plate right now, because that's all you really want is, and like your wants are simple. You don't want a mansion. Maybe you do, but what the message that I am hearing currently is that you don't necessarily want the mansion. You don't necessarily want 8 cars. You don't want 8 vacation homes and all this fancy stuff. You literally want the simplest life. You just want a home with your significant other, maybe a couple of kids and a dog. You want such simple things in life for yourself, and you feel like every time you try to go after them, you are just constantly pushed back. And right now you are just being asked to nurture those ideas, to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to really take the time to revitalize your energy and to save it for an appropriate time. And this is a time for you to stay very internal. I don't want you guys going out there and taking these big leaps of faith, these big jumps, because you are going to need this energy, I feel like, in the coming months. And you need to right now work on replenishing yourself, because I feel like you have maybe built up all of these walls. You've put yourself in the egg because you don't know what else to do. You're so lost and so stuck. I don't even like to say stuck. What is her name? There's another tarot card reader here on YouTube that says it, and I can't remember. I think it's like Fearless Intuition. She's wonderful. Shout out to her. She says, I don't even like to say stuck. You're not stuck. You're on pause. This has forced you to need to feel like you need to be on pause for a little bit. So pause, breathe, take time. Again, that is what this Virgo season is here for, is to allow you to breathe and take time for yourself. And if you need to put up the walls for a little bit, that's okay. Rest assured, eventually you will be ready to hatch from that egg and you will come out stronger than ever. So take that as you will. Up here we see you are good enough, full moon Virgo. This is such an important message right now. And don't let your past hold you back with your South Node. So these two cards really go hand in hand together, because so often we go through these experiences in life and we tell ourselves that we're not good for, or we're not worthy, or we're not meant for certain things in life, but for some reason we believe other people are over us. And what the cards are really telling me for you guys, group number 4, is that you actually are good enough. You are so worthy beyond your own belief. And I don't know who here needs to hear that, but I'm getting the sense that it's a lot of you. So you are worthy. You are good enough. You are amazing. You are so good at your craft. You are so good at researching your craft. You are so good at communicating with others. You are so good at giving of yourself to others. You need to give some of this Virgo love back to yourself is what you need to do. And not letting your past hold you back. Again, so many times in life, we have these experiences, and what I really, group number 4, am hearing for you guys is that you need to stop letting your past experiences dictate what's going to happen in the future in your life. Let those things go. Recognize that even these unhealthy habits that maybe you have made, because Virgo is very much about meticulous routine, maybe you have had these really unhealthy coping mechanisms, whether it's overeating, whether it's constantly needing to be in a relationship to feel validated. Maybe it's overspending. Maybe it's, it could be a multitude of things. Because of these unhealthy coping mechanisms that you have set up for yourself at one time in your life, they might have been good for you. They might have served you and made you feel better, or comforted you, or done something to serve you. But at this point in your life, you are being asked to let those coping mechanisms go, to toss those things right out the window, and to not let these things hold you back, because you are fierce beyond measure. You are so beautiful. I can feel your guys' energy, and it is just glowing. I promise you guys that you have the capacity to be, do, and have anything that you desire, but you need to step out of this. Again, I don't want you to do it right now. You're very much the egg right now. I don't want you to do it right now, but I want you guys to do the internal work. Stay inside the cocoon, stay inside the egg, and ask yourself mentally what coping mechanisms need to be dropped. And it doesn't mean you're going to change them overnight. This is a slow progression. Sometimes even chickens don't hatch from their eggs in one go. It takes a little bit, So be easy on yourself. You are good enough. Remember that. And then lastly, over here, we see birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So a lot of these messages have tied into earlier messages from this video in other groups as well. But you are truly somebody who is helping to birth a new age into existence. No matter what you create in this life, it doesn't mean that you have to go and be a healer. It doesn't mean that you have to create a YouTube channel. You could literally work in a corporate industry. You could be a mom. You could be a dad. Whatever it is that you do, or how you choose to spend your energy, trust and believe that that energy is being put in the correct places. And if it's not, and it feels heavy for some reason, you are currently being asked to reevaluate that, because you are part of this process. You are part of the new world. You are part of, I hesitate to say 5D, but you are part of this 5D, ascension. You are part of the ascension process, even if you feel like what you have to say isn't worthy or worthwhile for some reason, because you've been so bogged down with everything. Rest assured that you do have something to offer. You are worthy of that. You are a leader. You are light. And with this warrior woman card, this is the one that I really want to leave you guys with, and it's been a very consistent message throughout this video, is have you answered your deepest calling? I need you guys, just like with group number 1, actually, I need you guys to ask yourselves, who are you living for? Are you living for yourself? Are your beliefs aligned with the person that you are today right now? Are these beliefs that you've held on to because someone else said that you had to? Or are these your beliefs? Is this actually how you think? Are you doing things out of routine and repetition? Or are you answering to your deepest self, your deepest desire, even if it doesn't match what society thinks of you or what your family thinks of you or what friends think of you? Are you answering the call to your deepest self? So this really is a time for you guys right now, collectively, to take that time out and ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself, where are you the warrior woman or man or non-binary in your life? And all betwixt in between. Ask yourself where you are that warrior, and ask yourself how you are connecting to the world as a whole as well, because rest assured, we are literally just like microorganisms on this earth as well. We are just another form of living life on this earth. And though we have a lot of great power and a lot of great things for us, we are amazing energy, as is everything. So within, so without, as above, so below, I'm going to get on a tangent if I don't stop myself. So I think that is the message I have for you guys today. Please just be gentle with yourselves. Please know that you are love and you are light, and you do have divine gifts to share with the world. You just need to take this time out for you right now. And I will see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you liked this video or got something out of it. All of my links are down below. I also stream on Twitch. I also have a podcast about self-development if you're interested in any of those things. Again, everything is down below, and I will see you guys in a future video. Bye, guys.